It's good to see everybody. It has been quite a week. We've had birthdays and doctor's appointments galore. My youngest stepdaughter just turned 11. And of course, Penelope just turned 1 year old on the 21st. So we have been quite a busy bunch in this house. Today was a bunch of doctor's appointments for the kiddos and good times. Just good times driving to an hour away. I'd say Rockville, but nobody knows where that is other than me. But anywho, Gemma, how are you doing tonight?
Stressed. I've got a lot of stuff coming up. I've just found out that they're replacing all the gas mains in my area, and it requires them to dig up my entire back garden to get to it.
Oh, fun. That's fun.
Yeah.
I guess they don't need to call Miss Utility.
Oh,
Do
no.
you guys have Miss Utility? Do you know what that is?
No. What is it?
So here in the States, I guess, you can actually get fined for not doing it. But anytime you do any home renovation or anything that involves you digging up your yard or putting a fence in, you have to call Miss Utility so they can come out to your house prior to and mark with spray paint cans where all the gas lines are and shit like that. So you don't accidentally, strike something, wind up where you shouldn't be.
They don't even know. That's the problem. Over the road, they've done that, and it's outside their gardens. It's on the street. But at our side, it's behind our houses, but they don't know where it runs across. So they've got to trace the pipe where it comes out of my meter, which is right underneath my hedge, and then find where it goes across and then dig up there. So they haven't got a clue.
Right underneath the hedge, a perfect, convenient hiding spot.
Exactly, yeah.
Anyway, welcome everybody in. I don't know that I've said an official welcome, but welcome to the broadcast.
Episode 90.
We are on episode 90. Yes, 10 to go until the big 100. We still have no clue what we're going to do for the big 100, do we? We've kicked around some ideas.
We should do something.
We'll do something special.
Yeah.
Maybe an hour and a half broadcast. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll do maybe what would be a good idea is maybe go through some of the best bits and some, the bloopers and things that we.
That's not a bad idea. Looking back.
Yeah. Look at some of the shows and some of the bloopers that we've put together.
Well, I'll tell you what you guys can do that are watching live or listening to the replay. You can join our Discord and you can give us ideas for the big 100th episode right there. Maybe we can open a channel on the Discord for episode 100 suggestions.
Yeah. I could stick a poll in there in the Discord with the few ideas I have that we could vote, but you can add your own to it as well. So people can add their ideas to the poll and people can vote. Do that.
Yeah. But yeah, join the Discord. It's a great place. It's dropped in the chat there. The link is there. That's an open invite. And it's a great place, a great community. All of our live audience is a part of it. And then a good bit of some of our replay viewers or listeners. Of course, you can catch us on YouTube for the video replays and all the major podcasting networks, Spotify, Apple, Google, Amazon, etc. So please check us out at the Discord there. And of course, bio link is also available in the chat right now, or the website, TMHHonline.com. For all information and socials and everything Mental Health Hour. If you enjoy our content, please give us a share. Share us out. Help us keep growing. We are still growing. We're getting new viewers every I'd say every other week or so. I see a new viewer pop in. And the Discord is also a place that's still growing. But anywho, tonight's topic is one we have discussed before. We did an episode, I think it was proof. I want to, for some reason, 43 is popping out in my head. I don't know if that's exactly right, but anyway.
We've done a few, because if you remember, we were doing a bit of a series about body image and things.
Yes. We did it like an introductory to the series. I think it was called What is Body Image?
Yeah.
And so we're doing a continuance on that, getting back into body image. Of course, everybody is getting ready for spring and summer and swimsuit season. We are habitual creatures by our seasons, and our mental health is no.
Unless you live in the UK and we don't have seasons, we have rain.
Well, that's true. Jolly old England.
It's not been bad today, though.
Land of the monsoon and fish and chips. But our mental health is no. It doesn't. What am I trying to say here? Our mental health doesn't, or follows a similar pathway. By seasons. You know, when it's Christmas time, we talk about holiday depression, and we're coming into summertime, and body image is up there. We're seeing more ads for swimwear. We're seeing more social media posts. Everywhere you turn, people are getting ready for summer, and that tends to bring out some negativity on our own parts, perhaps. I think it's something that most everybody, even the most beautiful person, struggles with, because we know we've heard the stories of supermodels that still just don't think they have what it takes or have a great image or look or whatever. So everybody struggles with it. Our own self-image, our own body, and looking at ourselves in the mirror, whether it be our exterior or even our interior. What we see in the mirror, we don't always like. So
I think we're our own worst critics when it comes to that, for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I know for a long time I looked in the mirror and just couldn't stand the piece of shit I was looking back at. And that was just because of everything I was going through at the time. I like what I see today, but that's through a lot of work and therapy. But, it gets better every day.
And if you ever doubt that, all you have to do now is look at Penelope, because she's your double, and I'm sure that helps you as well.
Absolutely does. I can't help but smile every time I see her. So it's also a great reminder that we're making great strides. Michael Joseph Murray says, plus others body shame us, and that also that also reigns true. It's not just ourselves being hard on ourselves, but others can weigh in their comments, concerns, and objections to our lifestyles.
Is rife for it, body shaming.
As if it's their business to begin with, but jealousy lives inside all of us as well. So
everybody's picture of beauty is different to everybody else's, I'm sure. And I think sometimes people bring other people down because of their own insecurities, for sure. But social media is rife for body shaming. And you only have to go onto these popular like platforms such as TikTok and stuff, and the people that are doing really well on there, you can guarantee if you open the comment section, somebody is going to have commented about their physical appearance, whether they're too fat, too thin, what, and I'm like, that's what they're on about, too fat, too thin, anything at all. You can never win with other people.
That is correct. You're always going to make somebody upset.
Mm-hmm.
I was just talking with somebody the other day, and I can't remember what the conversation was exactly. It was like a work thing. A work email went out, and it was just a standard piece of news. And of course, the replies come in with everybody's objections and what have you. And I said to him, I'm like, you could send out an email that you're going to give out free ice cream to everybody that comes by today, and somebody would bitch.
Oh yeah, there's always somebody that doesn't like something.
But
yeah,
these are the things that we live with. These are nobody's immune to it, right? Everybody experiences these things, and that's why it's good to talk about them. It's good to reassure that you're not alone. It's good to reassess that other people do deal with bullies or shamers or whatever however you want to look at it. And bottom line, like I said, you aren't alone. We're all here going through the same circumstances. Not everything we discuss on the show everybody can fully 100% grasp or say, I know exactly what you're talking about. But hell, I've put on this is our 90th episode. Do you think I've been able to, walk a mile in somebody's shoes with every topic that we've discussed on the show? Absolutely not. But we do some research. We put some slides up. We learn together. Those of us that don't necessarily know exactly everything about that topic get to learn some stuff as well. And maybe be able to put ourselves in somebody else's shoes. Because, mental health is global. Everybody struggles with something. Whether it be body image, whether it be an alcohol addiction, whether it be anything, you name it. I think it's safe to say that everybody that walks the planet, minus infants and people that haven't really had a chance to get out in the world yet, have some demon or something they struggle with.
It's sad as well because they're getting younger and younger. The kids, when they're having these problems now. Thomas at the moment, pulling to pieces a few of his own things that he thinks are wrong with him, and he's only 9.
Well, and a lot of that, I think, with the younger class is what we discussed or what we touched on a little earlier with social media. Social media has transformed and taken over as, the primary source of information and media for that matter. It's not so much people sitting down for the 6 o'clock news anymore. You get everything trickled throughout your day whenever you have a moment to get on TikTok or FaceSpace and all of that jazz, and catch up on the latest tweeters.
And that's the thing, though. There's things that is on social media and the things that's being pushed in the media and in the ads and stuff is all advertisements and things of what people should look like, what beauty is, and the media's version of what is beautiful, what is right, what is perfect. And in reality, it's not that at all. And I guarantee if you actually bumped into that person in that photo, they wouldn't look like that. But it's so warped is what is online, and the media version of beauty and what is right, what is perfect, what is
a perfect example of what you're exactly what you're talking about is not just, let's take people out of the equation. Even food, the commercials they do with the juicy Angus burgers, they don't look like that when you go eat. You know what I mean?
McDonald's especially not. Yeah, you're expecting this really big chunky burger or whatever, and you get it and it's like,
yeah, smash down lettuce all over the
burger.
place. Mayonnaise is in your lap.
Oh, yep, definitely.
So, I mean, that's the way ads are made, and unfortunately, that's what the youth is seeing quite frequently as TikTok and social media in general just take over. But social media is not the root of all evil. It just spreads the negativity a little bit, or a lot of it, but it's not the problem.
It's just being aware that it happens and be mindful of it.
It's a branch on the tree, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Just don't take it with a pinch of salt, really, if you can.
It's a big branch because it's so widely used, but there's a lot that goes into it.
Oh, it's so powerful, like online and social media and everything. I mean, we wouldn't have met if not for things like this. But it can have really, really positive outcomes, but it can also have really negative ones. So you just have to be mindful of them. Hey, Rick.
Hey, Uncle Rick. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. So, with that bit of an introduction, I think we can go ahead and start with our slides, or get into some discussion. We'll do a little revisit, and then we'll throw it over to Gemma, and she's got her own slide as well about she wanted to get into some of the body dysmorphia aspect of it, as she struggles with that herself. And we've discussed on this show, but we'll start with some stats. Gemma, are you able to take us through these slides?
Yeah, okay. So this one, body image statistics. It says 80% of women say that the images of women on television and in movies, fashion magazines, and advertising makes them feel insecure. I can relate. I am one of those people that would say that. 42% of girls first through hang on, start again. 42% of girls first through third grades want to be thinner.
First and third graders.
I'm assuming that that's the same.
First, second, and third graders.
Are they like? Would they be? Let me think.
6, 7, and 8 years old.
7, 8, yeah.
6, 7, and 8 years old.
Yeah, that's scary.
42%.
81% of 10-year-olds are afraid of being fat. Okay. And then it says the average American woman is 5'4" tall and weighs 140 pounds, while the average American model is 5'11" tall and weighs 117 pounds. Most fashion models are thinner than 98% of the American women, and probably most women in general. More than half of teenage girls are or think they should be on diets. They want to lose some or all of the 40 pounds that females naturally gain between ages 8 and 14. About 3% of these teens go too far, becoming anorexic and bulimic. I, again, was one of those. I ended up getting both because I started off making myself sick. And then it became a thing where I didn't have to make myself sick anymore. It just happened. I would binge eat and then just be sick.
Huh.
So I've been on both ends of it.
Yeah.
And it is quite common to have them both.
Yes. I know you've discussed on the show before about that, and I'm astounded by how young it is starting. I had to include this slide when I was looking through some images for tonight, just because of that. The first, second, and third graders already 42%, and that, I guess these are American numbers. The source for this is findyourtruebeauty.com. So, I mean, there's everything we show on here is rough estimates. We're not saying this is canon information, just an idea of what we're looking at, what we're discussing. And as Gemma just flashed up on the screen there, any slides that we put on the show are available for viewing in the Discord at a later time if you want. You can hop on and check them out if you're listening on one of the podcasting networks. Again, with everything that has been transpiring this week, I have been horrible about getting the slides on Discord and the edits of the most recent episodes up on YouTube. But I plan to sit down tonight and tomorrow and try and bang out all of the there's a lot of editing to go into the live Q&A.
Oh yeah.
Because I want to make sure everything's scrubbed, particularly with those episodes. It takes a little bit longer, but I will do my best to get that up by Friday at the latest. And yes, anything can be viewed again on Discord, so please don't be afraid to jump in the Discord, even if you don't want to join in the conversation that we're having on there. Just use it as a tool for informative slides, information, for resources. Anything we discuss on the show usually winds up in the Discord. So Jim in Chicagoland, welcome on in. Good to see you. Thank you for the 50 bits. And we'll jump back in to slide 2. This one is just for teens. I wanted to include when I got the info on the first, second, and third graders, I said, let's throw one in just for teens as well. Some information there. So go ahead, Gemma.
Yeah. I think actually it's worse in teens, especially now again with the impact of social media. I think that exacerbates things even more compared to when I was as a child and things. We didn't have social media to worry about then. So in this one, body image in teens, most teenage girls want to be thinner and think of body image as a top priority. And body image is an issue for teen boys too. Many want to be thinner or have more bulk. So high school girls aged 13 to 17, 90% feel pressured by media to be thin. 78% are unsatisfied with their own bodies. And 57% use unhealthy weight control methods. And it is very, very scary. You can buy all sorts of things online that are supposed to help with weight control. And I feel like I need to point this out because I have tried it myself as a child, as a teenager. It's very easy to get things online that are supposed to help, all these latest crazes and things. But please, for the love of God, don't buy anything like that online. You do not know what you're getting. So very careful. It can make you very poorly. I just wanted to say that because it's true. You can.
Little disclaimer from Gemma.
Yeah, don't do it. If you are if you are eligible to have medication for weight loss, get it from your doctor, or at least get it checked.
I feel like that's good medical advice for medicinal advice, I should say, for
anything though. Yeah, don't just be buying it online from anywhere. God knows what you're gonna get. Anyway, let's so 3 out of 10 boys use unhealthy means of losing weight. For example, skipping meals. And then signs of body image issues, so distorted eating habits, obsessed with their weight or exercising, frequently self-critical, and often compares themselves to others, usually comparing themselves to those in like magazines and things, unrealistic images and things.
Yeah.
And then, so ways to promote positive body image: challenge the media, explain that what the media presents only represents a tiny amount of people and that they come in all shapes and sizes. Encourage your teen to challenge what the media promotes. Chances are they don't look like that anyway. Chances are they're airbrushed to heck and then waist-tucked even more. So just, yeah, focus on health, not weight. Instead of focusing on the numbers, focus on getting your child healthy.
That's huge.
Concentrate on great nutrition and getting active in a fun way.
So not only does focusing on your weight or your health and not your weight, that does a number of things for you instead of just focusing that energy on a weight problem. It then distributes it out through all of your mental health, all of your physical health. By focusing on your health in general, you feel better, your brain feels better, etc. The dominoes start to fall in the direction of good vibes, essentially, rather than just focusing on one aspect of it, of body image being weight, a big aspect, but it's only one aspect in general. Focus on your general health.
Yeah.
And the rest will fall in line.
The thing about weight is, like, the best thing to do if you have that problem, get rid of the scales. Like, lock them up somewhere. Don't be weighing yourself, because you can weigh yourself at different times of the day and you will not weigh the same in the morning as you do in the evening. And even down to where you place it in the room. If you place it in one part of the room and then another, you will probably get a difference again. So try and stick to one type of scales, maybe the ones at your doctor's or something. Don't be obsessively weighing yourself because it really doesn't help. Okay, so the next one is to be a role model. If your child sees you obsessing about your looks and your weight, chances are they're going to do the same thing. You need to practice what you preach. So this is when we've discussed in the past about learned behaviors. If you're saying about yourself not being right, this is wrong, that your children are going to learn from you what you think is right, and they're going to think that is also right then. Yes. And then if they start with the same traits, if they have things with them, like if they think they're too fat, or because you think you're too fat, or if they see you skipping meals, they're going to do the same. It's learned behaviors. And then the last one on here, it says make it fun. If your teen has an interest in nature, encourage them to get active through hiking. If they enjoy swimming, offer to get a membership with the local pool or gym with a pool. So yeah, there's lots of things you can do.
Absolutely, and we're gonna get more in depth with this in the next few slides. But first, I wanted to take a look at selfie stats, because why not? Who doesn't like some good selfie stats?
There we go. Yeah. So do you compare your body to images you see in the media? So girls, yes, is 87.73%, and no is only 12.27%. And that of boys, yes is 65.37%, and no is 36.63%. So quite large numbers. And then, does your body compare favorably or unfavorably to images in the media? So women, they say it compares favorably. Only 12.93% think that their image compares favorably. 50.57% say it's unfavorably. I go back and forth on this. 28.81%, and I'm not sure, is only 7.69. And then in men, 21.96 says it compares favorably, while 36.95 say that it compares unfavorably. 28.42% say they go back and forth with what they think, and 12.66% say they're not sure.
So this one was found on the Today Show. It's like Good Morning America here in the States. I'm sure you guys have.
Yeah, we've got Good Morning Britain.
Yeah. So the Today Show is Good Morning America's NBC rival. I was trying to find a like what the core group of research was here, like who they asked, like what it just says men and women, right? Is this what age groups are we talking about?
Yeah, and how many is
But
in
there
the
wasn't. It's still it got my point across enough to make it on the show that
yeah,
women are definitely looking at this a lot more than men. Can we agree on that?
yeah.
Or are the numbers kind of skewed more on the women's side because there's too many men answering, I don't give a shit, or I'm not sure.
And are they even numbers of men and women? That's the thing. But either way, it does show that there's a lot of women that think that, but also that it affects men. Because I think sometimes people think that it doesn't affect men, but it really does.
Holy hella, it's an Ella.
Hey,
Ella, the
Ella.
bunny mom, is in the broadcast. Good to see you, as always. Longtime friend of the show, longtime friend of mine and Gemma's. It is. I wanted to read. I lost this other. Oh, here it is. Michael Joseph Murray says, I lost weight for my health, high blood pressure, and type 2 diabetes. Was an obese BMI. Now I'm just overweight BMI. Weighed myself to document my health journey. That goes back to the scales. We were talking when you mentioned get rid of the scales. This is why I wanted to go, display this one is because what he's done here is a type of journaling, if you will, something we advocate for on the show quite frequently.
Yeah.
He's documented his health journey. That's journaling to the T. And it's a great way to, give that positive reinforcement to yourself that we also desperately need, for that matter. We need that positive reinforcement for ourselves, from others, just to keep on keeping on. But
one
yeah,
thing I'll say about that really quickly, sorry. If you are going to weigh yourself to keep a journal, try and weigh yourself around the same time of day each time. Don't do it every day. Maybe at most once a week, but try and do it around the same time every time on the
I
same
think
scales.
you were even talking about there being is it an app?
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
And it like specifically tells you, like, maps out when you're supposed to, hop on the scale or whatever.
Yeah, it will. There's MyFitnessPal is really good for that as well. You can, if you're wanting to lose weight, it's really good for recording what you eat, how many calories, things, telling you what sort of weight. But one thing I would say is don't actually pay attention really to your BMI. Just focus on you being a healthy size and shape. The BMI can sometimes, I feel like, say you're overweight and things, when really, just be careful with it. Like, I'm not going to say ignore it completely.
Off for me since middle school. Like,
it's not.
I've been in
It's not
great
the
shape,
best
but my
thing to judge.
BMI is through the roof.
It's not the best thing to judge by. Like, I know it's a medical thing, but just do like what you can to make yourself feel good. Be healthy, be a good size, don't obsess about it. But yeah,
And
keeping
like
a
we said
journal.
earlier, focus on the overall health, not just the weight, right? Let's jump back into what we started to touch on, how to promote positive body image, because that's what we really need. We need to figure out what we can do differently, right?
Yeah. So this one says your guide to being body positive. All bodies are good bodies. Body size and health are two different things. I'm reading it off the slide as it says. Fat people. I don't like saying fat people. I hate it. So I'm just going to put that out there. I'm reading it as it says.
Obese.
I didn't write that. Fat people are often presumed to be unfit and unhealthy, but we need to realize that we can't decide whether someone is healthy or unhealthy just by looking at them. Body size is not an accurate indicator of health. And I've said it many times, medication can put weight on you. You don't have to be sat at home.
Oh, absolutely.
Stuffing your face.
Steroids.
Fat.
Steroids are known.
And then physical health conditions, things like that, would mean that a person isn't as able-bodied to get out and about. There's many factors that can do it. It can be in your genes as well, like being overweight. It's so many factors that can make you be overweight. So yeah, you can't judge by someone's physical appearance that they are just fat and lazy, as it says, because that's not the case. Okay. And then here are before and after photos reinforce fat phobia. So before and after pictures glorify weight loss and thinness. The minute you do that, you send a message out that I was not happy with my body before, and I had to change it and make it fit into society's concept of beauty and health. I mean, yeah, I see where it's coming from there for sure, but it can obviously, if you're not plastering it all over the internet and stuff, things like that, but it can help yourself as long as you are doing it and you remain healthy and don't go like skeletal or anything. Like, keep healthy, do it healthy. There's nothing wrong with a before and after, I don't think, for your own personal journaling.
Oh yeah,
things like that. It's not saying don't do it, but yeah, obviously, yeah, a lot of people like to share their weight goals.
You can see what it's getting at.
Yeah, you can see what it's getting at, and I agree to some extent. Like, yeah, if you're going to plaster it all over the internet and stuff and promote, oh yeah, this was fat, I had to change it because I was fat, blah blah blah. Do it for you, not for anybody else. If you are going to lose weight, do it for you, not for anybody else.
And then the last little bit of that.
Yeah, fat shaming is not caring for someone's health. Again, we need to stop equating fat with unhealthy. Fat shaming people purely based on their appearance is simply a sign of fat phobia. In fact, Studies show that fat shaming increases health risks. Fat shaming is harmful to people's mental health and physical health. Fitness is for people of all sizes. And then the word fat isn't an insult, it's a descriptor.
So there you go, Gemma.
It's simply a descriptor, though it has always been used as an insult. We need to take the stigma away from the word fat. We also need to stop glorifying thinness, skinny as an aspiration. But it works both ways as well. You can shame someone.
Skinny is a descriptor as well, yeah.
Yeah. I think today nobody is ever happy with anything. You'll be called too fat, too thin.
The age of political correctness, and we're never quite politically correct.
Mm-hmm.
It's even to the point of doing this show, like, we're streaming to a much smaller audience, than, say, Good Morning America. However, we still have to worry about these things because, who knows down the road if, somebody does come in. We don't want them thinking we're talking
badly,
horribly on here, and etc.
And that does actually happen. I remember I was talking about it literally the other day, actually, because we were looking through some old tweets and things. Anything that you say on the internet is forever.
Forever, yeah.
So you have to be really
anything you put on your computer, text messages, phone conversations, anything that go out into the airwaves,
is forever.
Radio, TV, it's always going to be there.
Even if you delete it, there is a way to get it back. There was an actor over here quite a while ago now, and they'd been given the job for a popular soap drama over here. And somebody had found something that they had tweeted a good 7 or 8 years prior.
Sure.
When they were a teenager or something. And it was a racial remark. And because of that, even though they deleted it, it was found. And they lost the job over it, which rightly so. What they had said was disgusting.
Sure.
It was extremely racial and it was horrible. However, just proves that whatever you put on the internet, even if you delete it, it's forever. People like to screenshot things or...
Oh, yeah. The other thing to remember is that in this day and age is that you're always being recorded too.
Mm-hmm.
Ring doorbells, cell phones. I can't run an ambulance call or a fire call without seeing at least one person standing there on the street like this. And
yeah, that's the thing. Like, look at all the
cameras. You don't even know they're there.
Look at all the incidents with the police and things. People filming it now. Everything you do is being filmed by someone.
If ever we run an ambulance call out in the public somewhere, not inside somebody's residence or something, I'm usually scrambling to get the cot or the stretcher and get them into the back of the ambulance, close the doors, let's get out of the view so we can actually work, and not
people will be gawping and stuff, and some people think it's content for the internet.
Exactly.
If somebody's there, like collapsed on the floor, you can guarantee there's somebody there thinking, oh, look, what's going on, and stand and watch or stand and film it.
Not only do you have to mind your own P's and Q's about, when we're in an intense environment and somebody really needs help, we're not always watching our swear words or this, that, and the other. We're trying to get things done. And then on the other side of the coin is we've got a patient to advocate for too. This patient probably doesn't want to be blasted all over the internet in their worst moment. So it's usually a scoop and get into the back. If we can make that happen, I like to get out of the public view just so we can all work and assess the scene or assess the situation, with more calmer. Plus, even if there weren't People adding to the pandemonium doesn't help anybody think, or doesn't help along the situation. Anyway, that was getting a little off topic, but back to promoting positive body image. This one's, what can we do for our children? What can we do as parents?
Yeah, okay. So children, teens, media, and body image. So this says, our review of dozens of research studies on body image reveals that its importance to kids' healthy development and the influential power of media and parents to shape attitudes and behaviors, beginning with when kids are very young. So many kids are dissatisfied with their bodies, and society's body appearance ideals are highly unrealistic. Body image is really important for self-esteem, which is crucial to a young person's development. And disorders like linked to oh my gosh, I cannot speak today. Disorders linked to poor body image can result in serious mental and physical health issues. So ways to get involved: tune into kids' lives, ask about their friends, their school, their feelings. I mean, just to put something in there, when I asked Thomas about what he's done at school, I don't know, boring, no, it's usually what you get. But ask, let them know you're interested. You might not get anything most of the time, but at least they know if you keep asking.
Yeah.
If they need you, then they know they can. So do ask, even if you don't get anything from it, which is 99% of the time. Boring. No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So it says children as young as 5 express dissatisfaction with their bodies. And then it says, you are your first child. You are your, oh my God. You are your child's first teacher.
Having a good run at it.
You are, oh dear me, what? Ugh. You have a lot of power to shape their attitudes, values, and behavior. Ban fat talk. Say why you appreciate your own body. Watch your comments about other people's bodies and appearance. Be active and eat well for health, not size. 5 to 8-year-olds who think their mums are dissatisfied with their bodies are more likely to feel dissatisfied with their own bodies.
Monkey see, monkey do, right? It's
Yeah.
I see it in Penelope already. She's mimicking, and she's doing everything, the little things like just
They do.
clapping, and she'll clap.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked, Gemma touched on it a little earlier in this episode, but I've gone on a number of tangents about learned behavior and how vital it is when we're being raised. What we think, feel, do today is because of the environment we were raised in. You know what I mean? Like, it is 100% a huge thing, a huge part of it. So.
Absolutely. Like, and they say that even in the womb that they can hear, like, obviously maybe later on, that they can hear and they recognize their parents' voices. So they are learning immediately, like, especially from the minute they're born, they're learning. So try and promote and instill positivity all the time. I know it's hard. By God, they don't come with manuals. And I really needed one today for myself with Thomas, but they don't come with manuals. And a lot of the time as parents, we think we're doing the wrong things and I should have done this, I should have done that. You can only do your best. Nobody's perfect. But just try and try and be positive.
Ella. And then rounding out this slide.
Yeah. And then it says more than half of girls and a third of boys as young as 6 to 8 feel their ideal body is thinner than their current body size. Body image concerns start earlier than you think. Even preschoolers learn that society judges people by how they look. Ideas and habits formed young last a lifetime. Start early, emphasize health, not weight, teach appreciation for all types of people, and focus on talents and strengths.
Excellent. And then lastly, Gemma wanted to touch on some BDD. So we'll let her roll into this, and then we'll start to wrap things up.
So, because we're talking about body image and things, it can also have a detrimental effect on people, and there's things that they will go as far as not just affecting your eating, but to the point where there's even like self-mutilation and things to try and change your appearance, or buying things online that are advertised to try and change your appearance, even if it's not safe to do. And these are some different types of body dysmorphic disorder, BDD. Classification of BDD has only been done loosely because the symptoms do not have a clear distinction between one another and tend to overlap. Like most mental health conditions, there's always an overlap. Usually the type of BDD one depends on what coping mechanism is evolved. Oh my goodness, teeth, to deal with it. Based on this, types include BDD with eating disorders, bulimia, anorexia, things like that. BDD with self-injury, so that's like what I was saying about the self-mutilation and things like that. And passive BDD, that can be like we've talked about, passive self-harm, things like that. That is effectively the same thing. Like, you're not going to purposely do things, but like it could be down to, say, for example, knowing that taking a particular type of weight loss drug or something on the internet could probably harm you, but taking it anyway. Things like that. Like, you're not taking it to do anything like wanting to kill yourself or wanting to cause yourself harm, but you're wanting to lose that weight, so you will risk that. There is, like, I went through the stage of self-mutilation with my eating disorders and my body dysmorphic disorder, and it's horrendous. Obviously this is something that we can touch more into on another episode, because self-mutilation with body dysmorphic disorder is a big thing, massive topic, very big problem, and a lot of people do that. It was actually quite horrific when I was trying to look for information, and I typed in to the internet just to see if there was any sort of information, and the fact that people put these things online as well, and that there's websites and forums dedicated to comparing this sort of stuff, and it's horrific. And ways of, like, and it's teenagers, children, kind of like comparing notes, starting trends and things of different ways to lose weight, fad diets, quick fix treatments, quick fix pills. And there is no quick fix. There really isn't. To do anything around weight that's healthy, if you want to lose weight and keep it off, you have to do it slowly, because if you do it too quick, you're just going to put it back on. I learned that myself, and then when I did it slowly, I've lost a lot of weight now.
But
the key is doing
it makes good sense when you think about it.
The key is doing it right, doing it healthy, and doing it under medical supervision, or some sort of supervision, like under a gym, or just so that you've got that person to fall back to if you need any extra help or advice. But I could, if you are wanting to lose weight or just remain healthy, not even lose weight, just to remain healthy, check out the Fitness Pal app. There's loads of different ones. But just make sure it's reputable, because
I use a pedometer app just to count steps.
Yeah, the Apple Watches and stuff. And
I like to see how many steps I do in a day. I mean, it's not a whole lot, but it's something that I like to.
That's another form of journaling. You're keeping a record of all your steps.
Yeah.
Another form.
There's little goals you can do, like
on the Apple.
Stairs climbed and lifetime miles walked and all this good stuff.
Yeah.
Little motivators.
If you are actually wanting to make it into something, there's these virtual challenges that you can do. I think it's something like Conqueror or something, and there's these virtual challenges, and it can give you what's that famous route in America? Route
66.
Yeah, that's it. I did Route 66 challenge, and what you do is you start this challenge. It costs a bit of money to do. You start this challenge, and it shows you the number of steps you've done and how far you could have walked along that route. It shows you virtual pictures and things, so that you can see what you would have reached, what you would have seen had you were working that route. And then when you've completed the number of steps, the number of miles equivalent to that, you actually get a medal. So it's quite good. It's quite a good incentive to keep going. And you get these medals and things. If I had thought that I was going to mention this, I would have brought mine down. I've done some. It's just a good incentive to...
Well, we're going to definitely talk further about body image. It is a topic that we'll discuss on a
pins and needles.
regular basis. Dina D in the house. I know why Dina's here.
I've given myself a dead leg. I've been sat on my foot, and I've got pins and needles and a dead leg.
We're gonna close it out for tonight. Let me go grab Miss Penelope.
She has been amazing.
While we do the community calendar.
Did she wake?
Yeah, she's awake now.
Okay. I didn't even hear her. But, yeah, should I start them? Is he going to be quick, do we think? So, yeah, thanks for sharing these, Naomi. So there's gym in Chicagoland every Wednesday around about 11 p.m. Eastern time. 8 p.m. Pacific, something like 3 o'clock in the morning for UK peeps.
Something like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Something like that. It's a time when you technically should be in bed if we're promoting good mental health, but there's always replays. But yeah, there's gym. Where are we? I'm trying to follow in with the Ray. Is Ray's working? Is that one? Oh dear, come on, thank you. Yeah, A Ray of Sunshine. He does his positive stories, and that is Tuesday nights. His handles there, Ray of Sunshine 21. Also one of our great moderators in here. There is Eric J Gaming, a long-time supporter of the show, does some gaming every Monday, 7 o'clock Eastern time. Check him out there. Me, I do my own broadcasts as well. Sometimes a bit crazy, just like to get it all out there, usually on the internet, putting it on the internet, my craziness. We're going to do some more cooking and baking and things. We've been doing some gardening, bit of everything, just ways of keeping your mental health going, stuff like that. And then, yeah, Ella's in here for all things bunny. MyBunnyValentine.com. And there is the promo code FireDude15 to save 15%. I haven't got my bunnies here. Thomas seems to have got them all in his room now. He's taking them all.
Show our boo-boo. We had some blood drawn today.
Oh, bless.
That was not fun.
No. Do you have the numbing gels for her?
No, but she did good.
Oh, bless her.
She had a blast the whole time we were there until the needle went in, but it was only 2 vials of blood for some testing, and she did very good, very well.
Oh.
There's more to come with booster shots as well, because now she's 1 year old. She's got to do her annual visit.
Oh wait, does she have to wait till you're 1 there?
Well, now I mean there's 2 months, there's 4 months, there's
okay.
Now she's a year. As of only 5 days ago, she's a year old.
I know.
We have a 1-year-old baby. 1-year-old baby. 1-year-old baby.
I've got to take Thomas to get all his baby jabs and stuff done again, because apparently when you've had cancer treatment, it renders it as no good anymore. So he's got to have all his again. I don't know how to quite break that one to him.
This was one of her presents from a grandmother.
Let's take this off.
It's hard to see, but it's Tangled.
Oh,
our
of
favorite
course.
movie.
She was getting a bit stroppy there. Thought you were taking it off of her. Like, no, that's mine. Leave it.
Mine. And she loves to do peekaboo.
Oh, yeah.
Peekaboo? Do peekaboo? No, not for everybody.
Oh, they'll never do what you ask them to in front of anybody else.
Can you clap? Clap? No, of course not.
No, they'll never. I've spent so many times saying, Thomas has done this, Thomas has done that.
There she goes.
And then they won't do it in front. Oh, there we go.
Clap, 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 clap.
She is your double. She really is your double.
You're getting some happy birthdays. All right, everybody. Our schedule's been a little bit of a mess today because of doctors and stuff. So she is due for some din-dins. So I have got to jump and get her fed unless we're up all night, which we're not. So we will see everybody back here again next week. The latest graphic episodes to come is on the Discord. So check that out. Stop by, say hello, join the Discord. It's a good time. All right, guys. Off to Dinnerland. We'll catch you guys next week. Same time, same place for another episode of the Mental.